Welcome to the Sneaker Podcast, a show where a bunch of guys sit around a table to talk life, lifestyle, music, and all things sneakers. So sit back, turn it up, and let's go.
Yo, hope you're having a dope day, and thank you for checking us out. This is the Sneaker Podcast, Season 6, Episode 9. My name is Chris Chu, and he is Sean Collard.
Hey now!
And with us today is a special guest, our good friend. He is known as an OG. He's known as a sneaker. He's known as a nerd. Welcome, Brian.
Hey, what's happening, guys? I'll take all those monikers.
Yeah. Oh, and what a special day it is for all our listeners. Not only will we be talking about Canadian weather, we're also bringing you Zona weather report.
The real weather, where the weather really happens.
Right.
Yeah, guys. We're looking at 72 right now.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome.
That's your sweet spot.
Yeah, this is like the warmest summer day for you guys.
Yeah, that's like 20 Celsius, I think.
Why are you wearing a shirt?
Yeah. That's what everyone asks me all the time. Like, hey, let's see what you got. Let's see the gun show.
The last time we had Brian on the show, I think it was during our The Last Dance review.
Yeah,
I think so.
And it went so well. We waited about 8-10 months to have him back on again.
I've got to have the record for most appearances, right?
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do, I think.
You do. You get that. It's like that SNL jacket. We're making it.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm waiting for the hat. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's kick off the show like we always. Oh wait, sorry. Shout out to Chloe who couldn't make it, and Mike as well. They are handling their stuff. They got a lot going on.
Yeah.
They should be back next week or in down the line
in the near future. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brian, stay open for next week.
Yeah.
I'll be flexible.
We'll just keep recording one full
Yeah.
Shirt's optional.
That's right.
Jumping right back into it. What did we wear on feet today? Let's go with Sean.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I haven't left the house yet today, but I love my Nike Epic React, and I wore those on the treadmill today. So that's it's a wear. It counts. It's a sneaker, right?
Yeah.
It's so freaking comfortable, man. So it's like a game changer because I was wearing when I first started doing the treadmill a couple of years ago. Yes, I didn't exercise for many years, but I was wearing. I tried different things. I tried like Air Max 1s, but like the updated version of an Air Max 1. I think they can't remember what they were called. They were like an updated version.
Ultra or something.
I think maybe
Essential.
Ultra. Like that. No, I think they were
Zero?
Ultra. Not the Zeros. So they were an updated version of the Air Max 1. They had a new sole. Anyway, I tried wearing those. I tried wearing Huaraches. And then Brian said something about how his Epic Reacts really helped his knees and stuff like that because we're a bunch of old assholes. And I'm swearing already. And Brian's wearing his church shirt. Like it's I'm feeling like I'm going to burn. He wasn't lying though. The Nike Epic Reacts I got a pair at the outlets for like I think $100, something like that, and amazing, just super comfortable. My hips don't hurt anymore.
I don't know if I've asked this before. Are they tight? Like is this
no.
the Zoom? No, huh?
Well,
no.
The fly knit's pretty tight initially for me.
Okay.
Yeah, well, for me the fly knit I went up half a size than I would normally on a Nike model. I usually get 11.5 Nikes, and I got a 12, and they fit perfectly.
Okay.
From the get go, so that worked out probably why. But yeah, super comfortable. I'm gonna look into getting more of them because I like how they feel, and even for like work and stuff like that, it'd be nice once in a while. Because I wear retros a lot to work, and by the end of the day, man, my feet are my dogs are barking.
Right.
My dogs are barking.
Maybe we should add like a performance segment to our podcast.
Yeah, like work performance. Like how do they feel after a 6-7 hour work day? You're on your feet the whole time.
If we only use 2% of the actual functionality of a performance shoe, this is the podcast to come.
This is it.
Right.
This is it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. If you want a performance review for a sneaker where you're barely wearing it.
Yes. wasting its
Yes.
potential.
Yeah.
Here,
Don't go to
come
wear
here.
testers. You don't want wear testers. That's a whole other thing.
No,
If
no.
you're playing ball in something, then you
Yeah.
are wearing testers. If
Yeah,
you're just
some-
standing in a classroom for 7 hours,
Yeah,
we're your guys.
here.
Yeah. You need to go
Sitting
pick
at
up something
your
at the
desk.
grocery store. Yeah.
Exactly.
go.
If Chris
Grocery.
is
We're the
sitting at a
guys.
cubicle somewhere, that's what you want to know about.
Yes, yes. Brian, what did you wear today?
It's a little early here. Only 11 on a Sunday, but this sounds like we planned this. During COVID, I bought a treadmill, so I treadmill
Nice.
every morning. So I wore Epic React on
No
the
way.
treadmill this morning.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm on my 4th pair.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
But yeah, I love those shoes. It has, like Sean said, changed my life. No more knee pain for me.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, those shoes are amazing. And then some nice wingtips to church.
Nice.
Do you have
So-
them? Can you show them on camera or
Oh
no?
They're
They're
not
too far.
with me.
Okay, next time.
nothing on. Yeah, not on my actual feet now, but no. But yeah, the Epic Reacts are incredible. I hope they don't deviate too far from the original model as they continue on.
Yeah, they do.
Do you
that,
have the
eh?
Flyknit 2s or just the ones?
I have 1 pair of 2s and then 3 pairs of 1s.
And do you find the 2s are any different or are they the same?
No,
Is
those
it-
are pretty much the same.
Yeah, they look similar,
Yeah.
so I figured that would be it. Yeah.
But yeah, the Flyknit is really tight at first, but after about 2 or 3 wears, it loosens up. And,
Nice.
And it's pretty customized to your foot, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
super nice.
that was a great
See?
pair.
Yeah.
See the beginnings of a
See?
performance review right there.
Exactly.
go.
We're right into it.
I did wear Fire Red Forest to dinner last night. So,
Oh,
I like that. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
how about that?
There's a nice wear.
man, those are I could wear those every day, all day.
Oh,
How many pairs did you get? The new one that just came out.
3.
same here. Yeah.
I had to.
So Mr.
I
Triple
had
Up.
to. Had to.
That's nice.
Yeah. We can get into how you're not getting anything these days, though, later, Brian.
Right. Well, no. Yeah, I'm sure my grievances will come out. Oh my gosh.
Sean, I wanted to ask you, how many pairs of dress shoes do you own?
Oh, I used to own a lot because I was in pharmaceutical sales, and so I had to wear suits every day to work. I used to have a lot. I don't think I have. I'm down to like 2 pairs left. Like every once in a blue moon, I go to a wedding. That's it. Yeah, I don't even know what they are.
Yeah, I have 1 pair. I don't know where it is.
Yeah. Sometimes I just pull out a pair that's semi-casual. I'm like, I'm going to wear these to a wedding.
Wow. Okay.
Because I feel like it. And now, if I was to go to a wedding anytime soon, which I don't think I will, pretty sure everybody's married. Oh, my stepbrother might get married. Sean might get married at some point before he's 50. I would probably wear Jordans to that wedding.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, I'm done with. I think I'm done with dress shoes.
You're gonna be that guy.
I would be that guy. Why not?
Would you be in the wedding party though?
I don't know. Who knows? He has lots of
Right.
friends.
True,
He's
true.
a socialite, my brother. He's got lots of friends. Yeah,
that
I
guy.
could be on the wings. Might be in the background.
You'd be an usher.
I'm not even.
Sir.
Yeah.
You'll be on the wings wearing wings.
Exactly. At table
Oh.
23. Oh, shit.
There you
It's
go.
a whole theme.
Make sure his wedding's all about you.
That's right. I want to be at table 20. I don't care where you're sitting. I want to be at table 23.
All your pictures of the wedding are of your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is March. Of course, I wore some Yeezy Wave Runners today.
Oh, wow.
Don't ask me why. It just happened. This felt
It's
randy,
Wave Runner
you know?
month. Yeah.
Maybe it was an ode to Mike, who couldn't make it today.
There it is. Yeah,
Maybe
it's a little
that's
salute.
what it is.
Not to your hat. Not tip of the hat to
Tip
Mike.
the hat. And now, for the segment that everyone's been waiting for.
Oh, shit.
New shoes.
Oh, no. Brian, you're going to regret being on the podcast now, man. New shoes. Give us one.
I have to say it too now?
Yeah, you have to. No, you don't have
He's
to.
adjusting his AirPods. No.
There you go.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
I was gonna say do it in your Harry Carey voice, but I don't think people know who Harry Carey is here.
Yeah, there's like 2 people that
Exactly.
don't even know who that is.
And then we
anymore.
go off on a whole other tangent, and no
Yeah.
one would want to listen to that.
It's a different podcast.
Let's start with Brian, since he has been on the show in a while, and I think you have some airing of the grievances to go on. Maybe.
It has been a crazy year thus far on pickups. Of all the ones I have tried to pick up, I have not been very successful. I did not get those Georgetown 3s yesterday.
Oh man.
Just crazy.
I mean, it was
You would think that
impossible.
would be, you would think that would be a fairly easy pair to get.
Yeah.
You know, I entered all the raffles, all the local raffles, right? And then tried everything online yesterday. And I mean, those were impossible. I was pending on sneakers for 35 minutes, which is the longest, which I thought was a good thing because it was,
Right.
you know,
It wasn't
They're
an immediate
packaging
no.
the shoes and everything.
right.
Yeah.
And so that was a no. I struck out everywhere on the Carmine sixes. I had to go to eBay later that day and grab a pair above retail. And then thankfully Sean was luckily able to grab a pair for me.
That was
send it my way.
Nothing.
Mr. Mover and Shaker. Anyway, so luckily, you know, I had to pay a little more to get those pairs, but I tried for those freshwater Air Maxes, those Griffies a couple weeks ago.
Those were tough.
I mean, those were gone in a second.
Whoa.
That was like a Monday morning release here in the States. So that was a weird one that was just gone.
Even the Barclays sold out fast too. Like
Barclays were gone. So I mean, I haven't really picked up that many this year. It's been pretty slow, but I luckily, like if you're going for an Air Jordan 3 white cement, you know, regardless of the year, right? What do you guys think? What have you seen? Have you guys been looking at those ever? Have you guys ever just kind of randomly look at those on
sometimes,
StockX or eBay?
The prices are pretty crazy.
Like 800,
even for like a 2011, like
right?
Like 800 bucks. Yeah.
Right. I was able to secure a 1994 Air Jordan 3 Retro the other day for I don't know if I want to say, but well under $800. Well under.
Is that in case family members are listening?
I don't know. No, everyone knows. It was about $400.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is still a crazy number. Crazy number for me to pay.
And dead stock.
Dead stock. Perfect. I mean,
that's not that bad.
Beautiful condition.
Perfect. They are beautiful. And so I still don't have them in hand yet. I think they're still at the eBay authentication hub.
Right.
So I need to get them. Hopefully they'll come this week, but the pictures I've seen are perfect. I couldn't believe that they were that cheap.
Huh.
You know, so I had a pair of those initially when they first came out. I bought a pair. Anyway, long story short, sold them in 2002 with a bunch of others, you know, to be an adult, right? Anyway, so kind of cool, kind of excited to be reattached to that pair. And you know, it's a crazy number. $400 is a lot of money, but still pretty cheap for what stuff goes for. Like you said, like a 2011 or a 2013 pair with Jordan Jumpman branding is $800, $900.
It's nuts.
You know, it's crazy.
Retail for some Jordans in Canada, like the Jordan 11s, it's like $350 Canadian. So your 400 doesn't sound bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great pickup.
I think a lot of people would agree that those are pretty close to the original pair. Yeah. I mean, pretty darn close.
For sure. Quality's incredible.
I don't think I've ever held an original. Well, no, I have. But an original pair of Air Jordan 3s, but that was a long time ago and they were beat. But
the funny thing is I did have the originals. I had the Fire Reds and the White Cements in 88, and I destroyed them. I completely destroyed them, and my mom threw them out. I've told many times on my Instagram page how salty I still am about that. But even though they're destroyed, but I had the 94s, and I still have the 94s, and they're still dead stock. But I don't know why. I guess in like your memory, when I got the 94s, I assumed they were identical. And because I got them in 94, which is what 8 years later, or after the original, or 6 years after the 6
years.
6 years after the original release. And so your memory's going, okay, looks exactly what I used to have. But then it was funny because when I hit, and I thought that for many years until I hit Instagram, and then I started posting how these are identical to the originals, and people who were more knowing than I am pointed at all the differences, and I realized, oh yeah, I guess you're right. They're not identical, but they're like super close to the originals. Super close to the originals, yeah, for sure.
Especially with all the other iterations we've seen.
Oh yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, excited to get those in hand and add them back to
That's
the collection,
a great pickup.
I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Do you see yourself just keeping them as is, or would you want to sole swap them at some point, or to wear them, or?
Well, yeah, I'd probably just keep them as is, regardless. I don't know what it is. I don't have a lot. I have never had a a sole crumble on me.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if it's the dry air
Probably.
here. I don't know, but and I don't do anything crazy. I don't hermetically seal them or anything crazy. So hopefully, there shouldn't be any too much damage. Obviously, I will never wear them.
Yeah.
Just based on how fragile they must be after 27 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
Nice
I
pickup.
mean, that's kind of the sneaker that Sean kind of fell in love with Jordan for the threes, and I know we'll talk about this later probably, but I didn't really fall in love with Jordans and shoes until after the dunk contest, right? So that was kind of the one that fueled everybody. It wasn't the first Jordan I had, but that was the recognizable thing. Like, oh my gosh, this is the guy, and that's the shoe.
Yeah.
And
the first dunk contest or the one he stole from Dominic?
Oh fuck!
Sorry, I didn't recognize what you just said. What was that? What were the words you said?
Oh no! Oh, don't do that.
Are we gonna get into the Brooks, the whole Brooks controversy?
Yeah, when did the Brooks thing take off?
That's a good pickup. I like that pickup, man.
That's a great pickup.
Yeah, thanks.
Is it? Like everyone's paying attention to all the new releases, and you're like, well, while everyone's looking this way, I'm just gonna grab this one over here.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I don't know how I started bidding at it at like 340. That's why I was like 340 for this shoe. I can't. I mean, what's wrong with it, right? I just kept looking at it. I kept examining the pictures. Like, does this thing smell like dead cats? Like, what is the?
One can only
maybe
hope.
it does. Who knows? But
I'll pay extra for that.
Yeah. So anyway, and actually, I have my eye on another pair of 95. Everybody,
Don't tell
Air
the
Jordan
people.
2 retros.
Yes.
Those soles are pretty cracked, but right now the bidding's at like 170.
Wow.
That's all right.
Yeah, they are perfect too.
Nice.
I mean, the soles are a little dried out and beat up, but the
That's all
leather
right.
is uncreased, and they look amazing.
Nice.
And I'm
You're
not
big
really
time.
like I'm not like an old school. I'm not like an old sneaker kind of guy. But
I was gonna say you're becoming a vintage collector. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Are those vintage, right?
Apparently they are nowadays.
If you buy them and you definitely are not going to wear them, I think you could just push them over to that category.
Yeah.
The vintage category on them. Yeah.
Sean, did you pick anything up? Any new shoes?
Yes, I do have new shoes. Yes. Well, here we're one of the few times, sneaker wise anyway, that we're lucky to be outside the U.S. Is sometimes we get international releases where we're considered international releases that don't hit the States for maybe a while or maybe not even hit ever. And so luckily here in Canada and in Europe, I think, the Nike Air Huarache Scream Green. The Scream Green awesome. Released. And so I was able to pick these up pretty easily. There are actually still some sizes sitting on Nike Canada. If you're listening and want a pair. Pick these up. Super nice quality. They've just like they've done with the Air Max 90s or Air Max 3s, whatever you want to call them. The Air Max 1s before that. They redesigned the mold, and it's very close to the original. And
nice.
The quality, the leather's super nice on the leather panels. Very excited. This is not a wear test review, but it is a sneaker review of sorts. Yes, that's my one pickup. Very excited.
Beautiful
I feel
shoe.
like if you buy a Huarache, you're definitely wearing it. Like, you know how we keep some pairs kind of DS for a while? That one, there's no point.
Oh, definitely wearing
it.
These,
Looks
definitely.
like you need to wear that.
You have to wear a Huarache. Yeah, you only buy them because not only, but obviously there's some nostalgia since it's this 30th anniversary and stuff like that. But this is a shoe that you have to wear. They're so comfortable. Huaraches, one of the most comfortable shoes ever.
Yeah,
I think it's got to be up there.
Oh, it's up there for sure.
We talked about the React, but like if I remember having like ankle pain or anything just in the day, I put those. I have the the white, black, purple.
Yeah,
I put those on because they are the most comfortable shoe.
Yeah, I've worn those a bunch too. It's super comfortable. Yeah. Love the Huaraches. Mm-hmm. That's my one pickup.
That's it.
That's it.
That's cool. I did get a package from our good friends over at Under Armour Canada. It includes some clothing. Hold on.
I will say while you're grabbing that for the Huaraches,
Yeah.
it was so nice to pay 160 Canadian as opposed to like 265 that I'm usually paying for a retro up here. A whole $100 less was quite nice, and it didn't really hurt my bank account that much.
Well, anything under 200
under 200
in Canada,
yeah,
great.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
Like,
but I don't even know, like it's like why is this? I mean, maybe there's not as much material on it. But I also, you're paying for the Jordan brand, but like $100 less than a Jordan like 3 or 4 or whatever. It's nuts.
But like Dunks are also, they're like 145, 160 zone, and Air Maxes.
Yeah,
but they have more material, quote unquote, than the Huarache.
So maybe like 180.
Yeah,
Canadian. Yeah.
So
but yeah, very happy to pay 160.
Good to go with that.
Really felt
so the Under Armour package came with these sweatpants. They're called the Summer Knit collection.
Nice.
I don't know how to describe it, but if you like hold like the garment, it's like weird. It's not like a regular like sweatshirt, sweatpant type of material.
Yeah,
it's called Summer Knit.
I was gonna say because that looks like it would be hot to wear in the summer, but
maybe it's got a cooling effect.
There you go.
Yeah, Google it, people, and find out.
Yeah, Summer Knit.
Yeah, I also in the box was a pair of the Under Armour Hover Phantom 2.
Oh,
so with
nice.
the both of you mentioning how you've been on the treadmill,
yes,
and then Under Armour sending me this, I feel kind of a bit self-conscious about the amount of work I've been putting into myself.
Let's go. Let's get going.
Let's do it, man.
Thank you, Under Armour Canada, for those.
Very nice.
Those
are nice.
Happens. Yeah.
I kind of like those. What number Curry are we on? Like 8, 9?
8.
That white and black pair. I like those actually.
Yeah.
You seen those?
The 8?
Yeah. It's like a white. It's a white and black pair.
Do you have them, Chris?
I have a few pairs. Hold on.
All right, he's gonna show us. Look at this.
I have the popcorn pair.
Oh yes.
Nice.
I have this white pair. It's the Iridium. I think this was the pair he wore during All-Star.
Oh, okay. Oh, those are nice.
That's nice.
The International Women's pair.
Oh.
So you barely have any, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it. The Black History Month pair.
Yeah, that's
very
cool.
nice.
Right. Now, there's more, but like.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Nice.
already rifled off a few.
Are they comfortable? Have you worn them?
They are very comfortable. I haven't played in them yet because, COVIDs, but they look comfy. I mean, I can put them on my feet.
Brian being from Arizona laughs at that.
I just
Up
love
here,
how
it's a real thing.
I love how you pointed to the ceiling like it was hovering above you.
COVID's.
It's all around us.
The
Just grab it.
COVIDs are out.
We're in a dome of COVID.
Yeah, it's just a green mist outside with a knife waiting to stab you when you walk outside.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's that. I also picked up 2 pairs of sneakers both of them off Livestock.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, and both times it was someone sending me the link to the shoe, and when I clicked on the link, size 10 was the last size there.
Wow.
So I'm like, well, kind of got to have
no
to.
brainer. Yeah.
First pair is a New Balance 990, and they kind of call this the JP colorway, like the Japan colorway, because of the gray and the blue hits there.
Right.
They have a lot of old models that have this type of colorway, and yeah, it goes fast. So
nice.
And Cowboy was like, I love that pair. So I was like, oh, you know what? It's my size. Might as well grab it. So
very nice.
I am a New Balance 990 V2 fan, so it was my model too. So I was like, let's get it.
Yeah. That's
with that. And then I also got, I forget this one's name. It's the Nike Overbreak Undercover.
Whoa.
Yeah. Remember we talked about this outsole?
Yes, I remember that. Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's funky.
Well, that is something else.
And
it's like an epic react is like exploded.
Exactly. It does.
It could not contain its performance.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So shout out to Livestock. Those were like sometimes it just feels good to hit on a retail.
Right?
Right, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know what that feels like.
Yeah, it's not bad. So those are my pickups for this week. Now let's move on to our quality feature of the week. Shall we do an unbagging?
Sure.
Quick unbagging here. This is the lounge leggings. For women.
Yes. Oh, for women.
Yep. I don't know. We don't. They don't make leggings for men, right?
Yeah. Well, men don't lounge.
Right. This is like a very simple lounge legging. I feel like the material is quite like you can feel the quality in this. It has a kind of like a velour feel on the outside of it.
Yeah.
Wifey tried them on. She likes them a lot. I said, give them back to me. I need to feature them on the podcast. So you can't wear them yet.
That's right.
But
first things first.
First things first. Let's take care of that. So you guys, for anyone who's listening that wants to grab a pair of these leggings, go check it out at quality.com, KUWALLATEE.com. I think now's the perfect type of weather to be wearing these, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wear this oversized sweater and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You can use our coupon code, which
has changed.
If you've been following us, has changed. It is now POD20, POD20 for 20% off your entire order. Shipping is great on quality, as we've mentioned before. Go check them out. If you're out and about, go check out your local Foot Locker and see if you can find some apparel. You should be able to find a few pieces in the stores. So there's that. One last note about quality. We are March. We've mentioned that. It is Air Max month. We are running a contest with the boys over at Canada Got Soul and Quality. It is quality. Sorry, it's Koala to the max. Hashtag Koala to the max. All you need to do to participate is post a picture of you wearing Air Max and use the hashtag Koala to the max. It gives you one entry for the contest. There are different prizes. At the end of the week, I think the contest runs till March 27. At the end of the contest, we'll be picking some winners. First prize is, let's start. Third to 10th prize, 10th place will get a quality utility pant.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Second place, there will be two prizes for second place, like two second place winners.
Mm-hmm.
Quality pair of pants, utility pants, and a $150 gift card at Foot Locker Canada.
Oh,
so there's that.
That's huge.
Two people will win that prize, and then the grand prize is a full quality outfit and a $200 Foot Locker Canada gift card.
Wow, that's big.
Ooh, yeah.
So you do that. You again take a picture of you wearing Air Max. Use the hashtag Koala to the max. Make sure to tag the Sneaker Podcast, Canada Got Soul, Foot Locker Canada, and Quality, most importantly, in your picture. And as a bonus entry for those who are listening, if you hashtag new shoes, whether they're new or not, if you hashtag new shoes in your post, that's N, 4 E's.
4 E's.
4 E's, one for each of our members.
Yeah, that's right.
N, 4 E's, W, and then SH, 4 O's, ES.
Wow.
Quite complicated.
I love it.
But it works. If you hashtag that, we'll give you an extra entry.
Wow.
For the contest.
New shoes. Taken
Only
off.
our listeners will have this advantage.
See that?
Hashtag new shoes and hashtag koala to the max. Happy.
Now, if someone has like 3 O's and 1 E.
Well, the thing is, we won't find
2
it.
E's.
We won't find it.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right. You got to
right?
search the hashtag. That's true.
Right.
That's
I'm not going to spend all my time in like.
You're not just going to scroll through all of Instagram
No.
and try to find people who post new shoes.
I contact random people. Did you mean this?
Did you? If you meant this, there's an entry for you in our contest.
Okay, all
All
the
the
business
all
is
the
done.
kids posting wanting new shoes because they have no shoes.
All right.
I
Oh man.
have no idea what you're talking about. We just need something to cover our feet.
Yeah. Oh, your post is trash and you can't have it.
Yeah.
So new shoes, that's 4 E's and 4 O's there.
There you go.
Now let's move on to flooding our feed. What has been flooding our feeds? Let's get to some Jordan talk. Guys, Jordan 3 à ma manière.
Huh?
À ma manière.
Okay. I'm a Manier in the US. I'm a Manier.
You guys have
You
seen
guys
this
broke
shoe?
up. What'd you say?
Brian just tunes out anytime. Nah,
Yeah.
nah, nah.
Yeah, it's the wrong language.
Wilkins, nah.
Yeah.
So did you guys get a look at this shoe? It's got a kind of the vintage look to it.
The AJ the threes, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure how I feel about it. There are a lot of people, and forgive me if you're one of these people, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's how I feel. Who like to take a brand new pair of sneakers and make them look like they're vintage. So they yellow the midsole, they distress the leathers. They make little tears here and there. They put old or yellowish looking laces in them. I'm not a fan of that. I think sneakers should just age the way they age. Making a brand new pair of sneakers look like it's 30 years old seems like a silly thing to me. If you're into it, you're into it. God bless you. Go and do what you want. But I don't like the idea that Jordan Brand has. Now I don't know who's the designer or who's the whatever. I don't like that they're feeding into this by putting out a pair of sneakers that looks pre-vintage already. I don't know. They look okay, but it's not my thing. Not my thing. It's like one of those things. Like I've known people that early on that did this. I even know a guy at Jordan Brand who did this, and it threw me for a loop when I saw him do it. He did to his airships from the New Beginnings pack, yeah. But I had never seen anybody do that before. And and if you knew the guy, he has his own style. He lives in Portland, born and raised, flannel shirts, the whole thing. So it kind of fit what he wears. It fit his personality. But now I'm seeing everybody doing this. It's like not everybody has a 30-year-old pair of sneakers, man. You can't fool everybody.
Right.
You know, I know that came out in 2018. I know that came out last year. I know.
Yeah. It seems like you're playing your hand, like, right? Or you're telling us who you are if you're falsifying a pair of shoes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you're telling us you're fake almost.
Yeah, because like
phony.
even if like you're saying, oh well, vintage is really in, I can't afford a vintage pair of sneakers. But then don't go make your pair of sneakers look old. Like I don't know. And it also like just seems sacrilegious to me to make a brand new pair of sneakers look really old. I don't know.
No,
it's bizarre. Yeah.
I have one pair of Jordans that I had my friend like custom painted into looking like a fragment, and I regret doing it.
Yeah.
I just don't wear it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
it doesn't feel right because you know it's not what it is.
When I first got it done, I was super excited. When I got it, I wore it like once or twice, and then I think it was what Brian said. It felt like I was trying to fake a pair.
Yeah.
So, but
it's like falsifying your resume, right? Like, oh, I've been doing this for 40 years, and you've really only been doing it for one.
I get it.
Like, just be okay with what you got and who you are, and let it just kind of happen naturally. Like, let the story happen. Those old vintage shoes should have a story, right? Or some kind of meaning to somebody. You don't have to falsify that by making them look old. Hey, what's the story behind that? Well, I've had them for 3 weeks and I've worn them twice. Like, what a great story. Amazing.
But that's that sort of sense of immediacy that, you know, the younger guys need to have. And this is quickly becoming an old guys podcast, by the way.
I'm just moderating.
We're all right now. Brian and I right now are sitting on our lawns and we're complaining about the kids
grumpy,
that are riding their bikes too quickly around our driveways.
Our hips hurt. And
we started off by saying what the shoes you need to wear to make your hips stop.
I've got Mike in my ear and he's about to pull the plug. He's like, abort.
He's 30. But it just feels like there's that sense of like, okay, like they need something immediately to be something. There's no like patience. There's no I need something now. I downloaded whatever it is. You know, I just let it happen naturally, man. It's gonna, if you love sneakers, if you truly love sneakers, your shoes will eventually look old and shit. I promise me,
Yes.
I'm there right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not the target audience.
I
for
am not
this
the.
shoe.
I'll say I am not the target audience for
Right.
this Alemanier shoes.
You know what? For me, there's a lot of it has to do with I have none of the patience or the skill to custom any of my shit,
Yeah.
or to trust myself to, even after I've done a custom job, to be happy with it.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm just like, well, I'll leave it to the other guys. They can do that. For me, I'm just happy to be able to get a pair of shoes.
Yeah. Just buy a pair of shoes and wear a pair of shoes. But the only time I've ever modified anything was the Fresh Prince 5s, the Grape 5s that came without laces. They came with no lace holes. And I went way wild.
Yeah.
I went out of my comfort zone and I punched holes so I could put laces in them. And they look amazing now. But it doesn't even make them look like they're 50 years old.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite pairs now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That being said, I do like this Jordan 3 à ma manière.
Yeah, I
looks
figured
good.
you would.
It's I think it's the gray.
Yeah.
The gray color.
They do look nice.
And
They
the
do look
beige.
nice. Yeah.
Like regardless of whether it was made to look vintage or not, gray and beige looks nice together.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, they're a nice pair. They are a nice pair.
Yeah.
I just there's that side piece for me that they're kind of feeding into that whole pre-vintage look.
Right.
But it's not the first time it's ever happened. I'm going down a way dark path with this, but it's not like I think it was a 2012. I think where they made Air Max
the Air Maxes.
infrareds.
Right.
Yeah, they made those like with a bit of a yellowed sole, and the
Yes.
outsole looked a bit like worn or something or oxidized or. So it's not like the first time it's ever happened. It's just like it seems like more and more kids are like just making their shoes like 40 years old, and they shouldn't.
Well, speaking of looking old, there is also the Jordan 1 Patina coming out. This is a March 25 release, March 25th. What do you guys think about that one?
Are those the ones with the it's like a shadow but with a brown front?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
The front is like dark brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those.
No.
You are though. I can tell by that.
You
reaction.
can tell. Right? I like them. I like them a lot.
You're the Jordan 1 guy.
Well, they're called patina, but like
why are they called patina? I don't get it.
It looks like the dark brown part that you're speaking of.
Yeah.
Looks of an oxidized metal, I guess.
Okay, got it. Sure.
It's the same thing, right? It's like patina is usually something that's aged. And
yes.
worn. Yeah. And so now again, we're just going to give it to you right off the jump.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look old. It has the same color tones of it, but it doesn't look old. Well, to me, it doesn't look old.
I know what you mean. Like it's sort of like a rusty, like a
because it's kind of shiny. It's like
yeah.
Yeah,
but they haven't yellowed the midsole or anything like that. So there's that.
No, that's it. I like it a lot. Brian, do you like it? I guess not.
Nah, probably not. Not for me. Probably.
It's gonna be a quick flooding our feeds today.
Well,
like it? Nope. No.
Pass.
Next.
Hard pass.
The other problem for me though is I can't pull off a lot of that new kind of really hip stuff either. So
this doesn't
don't sell yourself short, man.
Hold on. If it's vintage look, it's basically what your old sneakers look like,
right?
So you can pull it off.
Vintage is new nowadays.
I think we're in some kind of paradox that I can't.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, it's just a time loop. I don't know.
So all my shoes are crispy. Yeah. How about a little bit of Air Max talk? We are in the month of March. Air Max 1 Clot Kiss of Death Cha. So this one's called a CHA Cha. Yeah. It means tea in Chinese.
Klacha.
No.
It's like gotcha, but with a C.
No.
and an L. No, it's not it. Oh. Clot. How do you pronounce it? Clot cha.
Clot, and then kiss of death. The cha version. Cha. Yeah.
Cha. Got it.
That's not how you say it, but yeah, that's how you spell it. Anyways.
Sure.
What do you guys think about this Air Max? It has that see-through toe box area, much like the other Kiss of Death one.
Yeah, anything see-through on the upper.
Right. I'm a bit reluctant to.
Yeah. I'm not. Next. No, I'm kidding.
I like the shoe, like the colors.
Yeah. Yes.
All great. But the toe box, I feel it's too much pressure for my toes and my socks.
Yes. Yeah. I am not a fan of any kind of clear on the upper. Even on the Jordan 2010 that has the window on the side of
Yeah.
the circle
Yes.
the circle window on it.
Yeah.
Even that's like, oh, like I like the look of the silhouette, but
love
I've never
that
worn
shoe.
the pair I
Yeah.
have because I'm like,
Nope.
oh, it's weird to have a window there.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay, we'll get back to Jordan. How about the Jordan 11 Low? They call it the Legend Blue. Should be coming out on April 24th. So it's basically a Jordan 11 Legend Blue or
Columbia, whatever.
Columbia.
but in a low version.
Yeah.
Is this the first time they put this out?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I like them. Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah. Anytime you get an OG colorway, even if it's a low version, it's a good thing.
I can't wait to get denied for those. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Special.
I can't wait to not get those.
That's the whole thing. It's a whole thing going on right now, man. It's but we can get into it later a bit, maybe, or something like that. But I do
like those.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
I mean, for years, Jordan 11 was the hottest ticket in like the Jordan portfolio.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went away from Jordan 11. I remember like Space Jam, like the new 2009, 2016 wasn't even that crazy. It wasn't that crazy. And now they're coming back out with some low tops for the Jordan 11. Do you think it's like they're trying to pump it back up, or do you think?
I don't know. Like looking at the my God, what do they call the ones that came out this year? The
Jubilee.
Jubilees, they weren't even that hard to get here. True. I mean, I don't know if it was harder to get in the States, but they were fairly easy to get. I was able to double up pretty easily, and on one site on Foot Locker Canada, and so I think the ones have become the shoe for Jordans right now. Like the ones are the ones that not only they're harder to get, but even the lows, the mids, if you look on StockX, the prices are insane.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to bring it back up. I think the problem with the Jubilees is I think a lot of people found them too plain. It was just like is almost like a Space Jam or a without minus the Concorde. It was or maybe it was like the 7210s. I think Mike joked about that when I got them. It was like they were like the 7210s, but instead of a red Jumpman, it had a silver Jumpman. He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe it's like they're not doing enough to a Jordan 11, if that makes any sense. I don't know what they could do. It's got patent leather all around it, but
What's the last OG colorway that they launched of the Jordan 11?
The
like a retro,
right? The Concords
the playoffs. The playoffs in 2019.
Oh, sorry,
yes. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that crazy either. Like despite it being like a big shoe.
No, I won a raffle for those. I
easily doubled up on those. Yeah.
I got one.
Easier than the Georgetown 3s. Well,
right?
Crazy, no?
That's the state of affairs right now.
Easier than the Griffies.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God.
Right? What the hell is happening?
Oh, yeah. You can't score anything. But I got the Jubilees. I doubled up on those easily too.
Yeah.
On the raffle.
That's crazy.
But I did read that was their most lucrative shoe release of all time.
Yeah, and they do release like a million pairs, right?
And it has to be based off volume, right?
Yeah, like it's the Jordan 11 holiday release is usually 1 to 2 million pairs. So I guess there's more on the market, so maybe that's why they're also easier to get, I guess.
Yeah, and could be because everyone's suffering the losses on all their attempts to pick up, and once they do hit, they're like, "Well, I'll get 2 pairs."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But as far as the Legend Blue lows, I like them. I'll try to get 1 pair at the most. I think just one will do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Great summer shoe.
Oh, great summer shoe. For sure.
Because the playoff low is coming out. The original playoff low is
coming out
too.
The non-patent leather one.
This year, yeah. So, well, I mean, you can argue whether it's called an IE or not, right? But whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I think I would go for 2 pairs of that.
Oh yeah, that's a double up for sure.
Yeah.
That's
an actual wear pair.
Well, Michael Jordan wore those, so that's a double up. It's automatic double up.
There we go.
Now let's see what the Jordan 5 guy has to say about the Raging Bull coming back on April 10th.
Yeah,
Jordan 5 Raging Bull.
I'm excited for those. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll double up on those again if I can. That's the whole thing. If I can even score those, right? I mean, last
Mhm.
year, there were so many pairs. I don't even remember the names anymore. The pair where they kind of mix
Right.
the
Yes.
black, the grape, and the fire red. I mean, I got those
Oh,
easily.
those. I'm thinking about the one that's yellow and red.
Oh, right. Yeah, totally different. Two different shoes,
Two
right?
different what does. Yeah.
Right, right. But like now, like the pair that's coming, I know you're jumping ahead, but the pair that's coming, the Stealth 2.0s that are coming this weekend.
Yep.
I want two pairs of those. I'm worried I can't even get a half of a pair. Jeez.
Really?
I don't
Well,
know.
he couldn't get
Based
the
on how things are
Georgetown
going.
threes. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
get that. I get that. But I feel
Right.
like at least the Jordan 3s, they've been kind of releasing a steady stream of Jordan 3s. So people are kind of like
Sure.
in a Jordan 3 state of mind. But the Jordan 5, I don't remember the last pair that they released.
Shoot.
Well,
See,
no,
like
it
there's
could have been
there's a kind of a like
gap.
a little gap. So
So I
your
hope
mind's
so.
not ready for it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think in general the 3 is a more popular model than the 5. Sorry to say that, Brian, but I think that
No, I
might
think
be
that's
the case.
true.
So
I think
I'm
it's-
hoping for you that the 5s will be easier to get, but
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope
because
so
of
too.
the fact that you couldn't get a Georgetown 3 is pretty ridiculous. I will say though that those 5s, the Stealth 2.0s, did release here in Canada and Europe yesterday, which is today we're Sunday, so Saturday the 20th, I guess. They released here in Canada and they sold out pretty quick.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I
Yeah.
didn't
know that
Alright.
either. I happened to I saw a link on Twitter. I'm like, oh, they came out today from Kick Deals Canada,
Was it on Nike or?
Nike Canada. Yeah. Yeah.
So what I've been noticing is the brand and sometimes the big retailers will have one release date and all the boutiques will have a different release
Right.
date.
Right.
So yeah, maybe the boutiques here will have a different release date.
I
for
was
that pair.
told I replied to the tweet that I saw saying I didn't even know they released today and why is it a week early? And someone from I think it was Soul Savvy actually replied to me saying that apparently Nike Canada follows the European release date calendar. So they released a week earlier in Europe. So I guess we get I don't know what that means, but generally speaking, we usually follow the US, I guess, too.
Yeah, we
anyway.
follow anyone.
Wherever they release it. But anyway, all to say, hopefully, Brian, you get a pair or two. You know, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, I'm excited for those. And the Raging Bulls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Raging Bulls look good. From the pictures I've seen, they look really good.
Do you wish that they released the pack instead of them individually?
Not necessarily.
Right.
I mean, sure, it would have taken the pack, but I'm all for, you know, I actually I don't even know. Like I like that the Stealth is a little different than the original, right? The one that's coming out. It's a little. It's like a very. I kind of think made me think maybe retro should kind of evolve,
Right.
Because they don't need to pay homage to anything, right? They were already a retro to start with.
Right.
You know, I understand. You know, obviously the OG colorway should maintain that. You know, the same color blocking and everything because of you're paying homage to this original thing. But maybe the retro should evolve as they go and improve. So I'm be totally okay with that. I mean, because what are we holding true to?
That's a good point. That's a good
But
point.
I'm also old school that way. So maybe that's.
And maybe if we were around a lot, longer because the original Stealth pair came out in 2006, right? So maybe someone that was maybe one of their first pairs of Jordans.
Right.
They're like they want that kind of thing, like where that's how we feel about the OGs. So
right.
But
right.
I agree with you in the sense that because I mean people were saying I've seen reviews of the new Stealths and they were this has nothing to do with flooding our feeds, but people were saying how trash they were because the minor changes they made. I'm like, really? They made the flame part or the teeth, I guess.
Yeah.
On the side of the 5, they made it black instead of blue. It's black with blue.
Right.
It's and then there's a blue. They made the toe part on the outsole on the toe blue instead of white or clear or something. It's not a huge difference.
Right.
But I guess, like I was saying, maybe if that was one of your first pairs when you're younger, then you would want it to be the same. But for me, it doesn't bother me.
No, I think I like the idea of retros evolving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't know why they have to stay. Again, this is coming from guys who are older, like you said. We don't have an affinity to it necessarily,
Right.
but I think I'd like that. You know, keep changing a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if for the Raging Bull 5, I don't know if I would. I don't know for sure if I'm going to try to get any. So I'll try for you, Brian. There you go.
All right.
I'll try for
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
And like, let's say they did make it like exactly as the original. Where would they go from there?
Yeah.
You know, like what there would be no need
Yeah.
to do another retro down the line because it can't be
Right.
more perfect or
Right. Yeah. So like
Right.
even like the stuff where people were clamoring for people to or for Jordan Brand to bring back the Mocha 3s and the Cool Gray 4s, and
Mhm.
we've talked about in the past about how that they just sat. Like it seemed
Yeah.
like there was a lot of people wanting this, but really there wasn't. So maybe if they did change it up a bit, maybe a new audience would be in some way
Oh, that's a
would
good
be
point.
even the Cool Gray 3s that just released recently.
Yeah.
I don't think they did that well. I don't know if they did or not, but maybe if they did change it up a little bit, maybe a new audience would be more appreciative of that instead of having them sit for no reason.
All
well,
right.
maybe it would help. Maybe it would help those shoes have a different legacy instead of
Right.
it's just a retro
Of a retro.
of a retro. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, if I guess thinking of it from the brand perspective, like Jordan Brand's probably like, okay, you guys clamor for us to do what you want it the way it was.
Yeah,
We give you that,
right.
and then you're saying change it up.
Right.
And
Sure.
then we change it up, and you're people like, we want it the way it was. So it's
Right.
like, yeah, as a
Right.
brand, I'm sure they're like, everybody shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It leads us well into our little discussion here. Since we have Sean Collard and Brian Romney, both of the OG support group.
Oh,
look at that T-shirt.
There you go.
Limited number of those t-shirts in existence.
They're big in Chicago.
They are huge.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
one person in particular.
Come
One
on, lady.
stranger.
Where are you? You got to call in. Come on, lady.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys a bit about the term OG, the concept of OG. Maybe we could just start it off with a simple question. Is OG a person, a time period, or is it like a thing?
Well, it all derives off the term original gangster, right? That's
right.
Yeah.
It all comes off of there. So, yeah.
I mean, I think for me and Brian, I obviously we were. I think we consider ourselves. I've never considered myself anything, but I've been called an OG because I was around when all of the original releases happened, and I was partaking in that era and enjoying that era. So I think. But there are other people who I think who consider themselves OGs because they collect OGs. They might not even have been born when, but they collect OGs like vintage. I'm talking about vintage pairs. I'm not talking about retros of OG colorways. So for me, I think the main thing is for me, I consider people to be OG if you were around during the original era. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, go on.
Well, here's my long-winded answer. I when you sent this as a topic, this is the thing that kind of stuck to me. And there's a lot of times I'll post something and people will get upset and say, why do you differentiate between older people and younger people? Why is it always got to be old, young? And I never mean to be offensive. It's just, how I'm relating to these stories. But I remember when I stood in line for the 2001 Cool Gray 11s, the original ones.
Wait, hold up. I think
2001.
Do you hear that, John?
Yeah, I do. There's a lot of you're getting chopped up there a bit, Brian. Like you can hear you talking, but it's like almost like you're in a helicopter.
Now it's better.
Am I better now?
Yeah,
much
I
clearer.
think it was my AirPod was messed up. All right.
Good.
So when I was standing in line for the 2001 Cool Gray 11s, the first time they released, right? 2001.
Yeah,
I think that was it.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. I don't even remember days. I was second in line behind a kid who was 14 or 15, and we started talking, and I was 25, almost 26. And, the Jordan era is over. The Jordan Bulls era is over, right? It's 2001. I kind of considered Jordan or sneaker history to be, 85 to 98, right? Kind of Jordan's. And I feel like now it's just kind of, it's kind of no man's land in 2001 for me because I only like the old stuff. And this kid is telling me how much he likes shoes, and I'm like, dude, kid, you're 15. What do you know about any of this stuff, right? I can't believe you like this. Do you even know who Jordan is? And I'm probably being a little, rude. But now, actually, I guess I'm thinking now that guy's 35, 36 years old. Who knows where he is, but maybe he's still collecting sneakers, and now he is OG, right?
Yeah. Right.
He would be considered OG on Instagram. So, maybe OG is, maybe anyone being born in any period could be OG. And I guess I thought maybe we need to consider this as more of an era, almost like basketball, where they want to compare players from the past to the present, right? And they go, you can't compare eras, right? And maybe that's almost like it is. Like we're just from a different era. And maybe people consider that OG, but maybe guys that were right behind us are too, because they were collecting from 98 on or 2001 on.
Yeah.
So, I'm with Sean. I don't like to get hung up on that moniker. I mean, people have said that to me, but and I didn't even really get into it until 98 or 88.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Or 89. So there's guys,
OG.
But there was guys probably
Sean's looking
in
down
the
on
70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guys in the early 80s and the 70s probably look at us as fools, right? And posers, right? So it's you probably just have to think of it in eras. Like we're more of an 80s, 90s era sneaker enthusiast and collector.
Right.
Right. Those are the
Gotcha.
golden years to us. And we're always going to be stuck there. And that's going to be kind of our home base or our foundation.
Yeah, I do like that Brian's bringing this up because or has that offered that sort of mindset, because I do sometimes I'll hear someone say, not that they're declaring themselves an OG, but they'll sort of brag about how they've been in it for so long.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for and they'll give the dates or the year 2010 or 2005 or something. Right. And I'm like, bruh. Yeah. 20 years before that is when I started really getting into sneakers.
Right.
Right.
And so, but you're right though. You can't help when you're born, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll tell this to anybody, because people will often DM me saying, "Oh, I want to get on your level one day, and I want to have you're an OG, a true OG." And I'm like, "Listen, man," I said, "as long as you have passion about your sneakers and you're in it because you truly love sneakers, then you're an OG. Like who cares what?" I said, I always say this too. I always say I was just lucky to be born at a time where I could actually witness the beginning of Michael Jordan's career and right to the end. And I was, like I said before, partaking in all of it, watching it all, absorbing it all, and buying the sneakers. And I was lucky to get sneakers when I was a kid and teenager. And I said, but it's just because I happened to be born in 1973. And I know people just fell off their chairs when I said that. You young whippersnappers. But yeah, you can't help it. So as long as you're passionate and you're in it for that's where I do get a bit of a chip on my shoulder when it comes to the right type of sneakerhead.
Yeah.
If you're in it because you just genuinely, even if you're a LeBron fan, even though I can't stand LeBron, if you love LeBron and you love his sneakers, you're in it for the right reasons. Yep. If you're whatever, you're a tennis player and you love the newest tennis player out right now, and you want to buy his gear and his sneakers, you're in it for the right reasons. If you're in it because you want to show it on Instagram, and you flip it the next day, and it's a fad, and you're not really part of this sort of quote unquote community, I don't think.
Well, and we know people. We've been close to people who are more about fame or internet fame than they are about the game, and it comes off pretty quick, and
right.
Best of luck to them, but that's just not who we want to associate with necessarily.
The authenticity doesn't fade, but the other stuff that do,
the fad stuff kind of goes away. It's a cultural fad for a reason. And I think if you're doing it for that kind of a quick instant gratification, then that's sort of not the right reasons, quote unquote, to do it.
And just to be clear, I'm asking you guys these questions about OGs not because I call you guys OGs or anything. You guys have a group called OG Support Group.
Yeah.
So
do we?
I'm figuring that you guys have an idea of what qualifies or what resembles an OG.
I think it's evolved for me over time, even since we've started the OG Support Group, because and it is funny that we're here going, questioning, are we OGs? And Brian, OG Sneaker Nerd and OG Support Group, he doubled down on it. But it has evolved because even the reason that we started the OG support group, people often think, we started it because we were disgruntled about and a part of it was that, but it was that we looked down upon the younger sneaker generation. It wasn't even about that. It was just more like we started the OG support group because we wanted to help people remember where the roots of all this are from and why we're passionate about sneakers and why we why we got into sneakers and what there was like Brian was saying before, there's a story behind it. There's memories put behind the sneakers that we love. And that's really why we wanted to start the page. It wasn't because we were like, we're OGs and we're gatekeepers and blah, blah, blah. No, it had nothing to do with that. It was just we wanted to remind people that, listen, there are more to sneakers than just flipping them or taking a quick pic for the gram and flipping.
And I don't think, I think there's a lot of people who get into it because it's already a thing. It's a movement. It's a culture. Mm-hmm. But Sean and I have talked many times. I didn't know anybody who liked sneakers my entire childhood that I was into it.
Nobody.
Right. And I mean, I didn't know anyone for 10 years, probably from 88 to 98. I never knew one person that liked sneakers in my town in my high school, no one. So it was just a thing I did on my own, and there was no internet. There was no, community I could find of people to kind of help promote this and encourage it. And it was just what it was. So I think that's what you're talking about. The passion.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you love it and not because there's any accolades or because it's giving you status with anybody. Mm-hmm. And if anything, it's making you a weird guy.
Yeah. Right? That's how I felt as a teenager. Even into my 20s and probably 30s until I discovered or maybe late 20s, until I discovered like the forums and stuff like that, whether it be Nike Talk or Soul Redemption, Style Shoes, whatever the forums were.
Yeah.
But like Brian, I didn't know that other people did this. I have one friend who I still know from high school. He and I were the only people who were like obsessive about sneakers. And you'll see him in my, whenever I post an old video I took in like 1990 or 91 or whatever, a picture, he's usually the one behind the camera. And we were obsessive about sneakers. But he and I were like the weirdos at school. Like, in this high school of like 1,500 people, we were the weirdos that loved our sneakers. And it wasn't, and it's funny because I was just before we started recording, before we got hopped on the Zoom, I was watching, I don't know if you guys know, I'm Simply B on Instagram. Mm-hmm. She does a sneaker chat every Sunday. And she was talking with, I can't remember who it was, but they were having a great conversation. And they were sort of talking about how it used to be like a weird thing to be into. But if you saw somebody wearing a pair that you're like, oh, you kind of make eye contact, like, mm-hmm. You're both on the same, like, I know who you are. I know what you're about. And now it's just like everybody's into sneakers, which is cool in some ways. But in other ways, it's like, ooh, like it's just like, now it's led to Brian can't get a general release on a Saturday, So it's weird that to see that. But there was a time where it was kind of cool to see, like, you could know that if you saw a person wearing a particular pair of sneakers, you go, this person's a sneaker into it. It's weird, just like me, kind of thing.
Right, and there was that connection. Now you're right. We have to kind of sift through who all these people are. Are they in it for the fame? Right. Are they just in it because it's trendy or their friends are into it?
Yeah.
And which is all fine. It's just a little more complicated.
So if any new sneakerheads come about and they hear about like the OG movement or people who are considered OG, do you think one of these new sneakerheads can they can only look at it from the outside, or can they adopt some of the, I don't know, it's not a trade or anything, but like, how does a new sneakerhead get a piece of the OG concept? Or is that even possible?
Oh. It's an interesting question.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you're just getting into sneaker, again, I guess it's about the intention behind why you're into sneakers. So some people are doing it just because it's the cool thing to do right now. Yeah. So I don't know that I get messages from a lot of younger guys, people, even teenagers, guys in their early 20s, who are genuinely passionate about sneakers, and they're passionate because they love Travis Scott. They're passionate because I have one guy who I just started following recently who's passionate about heavy metal. but he has tons of pictures of heavy metal band people in heavy metal bands wearing, Jordan 1s, and like back in the 80s and the early 90s wearing Jordans and other Nikes, and he's passionate about Jordans not because of Michael Jordan, but because of the heavy metal bands he saw wearing them.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like just all about the reason you're into it. Like, why are you into sneakers? Well, what is it about sneakers that you love? And if it's just because it's a really cool thing to do right now, I don't know that you and I can have a genuine conversation. If it maybe that that's maybe the nugget why you got into it, the bud of why you got into the genesis. But maybe it grows into something that's a little bit more serious and more passionate. Not that sneaker collecting is a serious endeavor, but maybe the reasons you change over time and you grow with it and you begin to appreciate the stories behind things and that. So, but I don't know how you would have a conversation about an OG. I think a lot of people get their backs up when you say you talk about OG. Like the people think, oh, you guys are just old guys. OG is not original gangsters. It's just old guys. And then they want to shut the conversation down. So I don't know how you would approach that with a younger kid.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how you would help them understand, but maybe you can just tell them. I mean, I think, not to repeat these answers over and over from podcast to podcast, but I think we were obsessed with when shoes would come out, right, and when we would see them. Because again, sorry to be the old guy, but there was no internet, so there was no just flood of photographs or images. You'd have to find them in a magazine or hope to see a print ad, right, in Sports Illustrated, or if you were lucky to get the Air Jordan Flight Club.
Later on, East Bay Mags.
East Bay was like the mid '90s, right?
Yeah.
I'm even thinking just early, like, how did you see where was the first time you saw the Air Jordan 4, right, or the 5, right?
Yeah. Because usually you'd see Michael Jordan wearing it on his feet, and then you didn't know what that was, and then you have to hopefully see it in a magazine somewhere. Yeah.
And no HD, right? I mean, so you have to get a real close-up shot, right? Or hope to see the commercial for a second. And even famously, I wanted to get the Air Jordan 4 based on what I saw from the commercial in 1 second, and got the wrong shoe. Because I was convinced that was the shoe.
It was a black Nike.
I didn't ask the guy. I just said, that's it. That's the one I saw in the commercial. Anyway, but I think, obsessing about when he would wear what shoe and when they would change. And, I've done something for years on my page where I'll show the shoes that Jordan wore, each shoe he wore in each season, because he wore the shoe from the previous year for half the year. Then he would change at the All-Star break. And every time I do it, I feel like, oh, people are going to go, oh, this again. And I get all these comments. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. What did he wear this year? What did he wear that year? And if like, I guess that's the stuff. Like, I don't know how to tell somebody to care about that stuff,
But I think that's the way we do it, and that's what we again to go back to the support group thing. Why we started is that we just put the stuff out there on Instagram, and if people are into it, they're into it. If they're not, they're not. But I think that's a good way to sort of educate without like forcing things down people's throat, because they can either follow you or they don't follow you, right? I'm not trying to say like this is the way you should enjoy this history because this is the way it's supposed to be. It's more just here. This is what we experienced. This is why we're into sneakers. And if they take something away from that, then they do. If not, they don't. So it's I think that's a sort of a gentle way of sort of keeping the OG-ness alive and reaching that younger target market kind of thing.
And even like there's like a slam issue, like a Jordan commemorative slam issue from, can't remember when. It was like a pure Jordan, all Jordan, right?
100% Jordan.
And they have all these pictures in there, and it says like 91 playoffs, and he's wearing Air Jordan 7 playoffs, and you're like, I know for a fact that's 92. So if if you're obsessed about it, you can look at a picture and go, Slam, you screwed up at least 10 of these pictures. You mislabeled 10 of them, because I can tell by the sneakers. I already know exactly when that was. And so, how do you help someone know, or how help somebody have that kind of weird passion or obsession, right?
Well, maybe with Last Dance coming out just recently, and let's say these new sneakerheads taking a look at this documentary, the 10-parter, and then they all of a sudden something clicks in them, and then they start researching that type of guy, that type of person. You guys could have a conversation with.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Right,
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, like I said, I do get a lot of messages from people who are genuinely interested in this kind of stuff. And they're young guys. They're guys in their teens and 20s, which is very cool to see, so I think there are ways to reach out. There are ways to sort of make that connection with the younger era. And it doesn't have to feel like we're cramming things down people's throats, and we can sometimes learn from each other. Because like I don't know anything about, I don't know anything about, but I don't pay attention to like the newer the collabs and stuff like that. So maybe the younger guys, teach me about why that's important to them. Why a collaboration with Travis Scott is important to them, or so that's where it can be a mutual kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys? How much of like the new sneakerheads mentality do you guys think you understand? Like, what does the new sneakerhead want? Like the OG sneakerhead wants a shoe that's closest to the OG coming out, right? Broad strokes. What do you think the new sneakerhead wants?
You know what's funny though, and I don't know if it's because it is because of social media, but I mean, guys like Brian and myself have harped on Jordan Brand and Nike getting things as close to the original as possible for years. Yeah. And then now they're at a point where they're with certain models like the ones and even the threes, and in some ways the fours, they're getting it. They're correcting some of these details, right? That we've been wanting to see for years and years and years. And the funny thing is, younger guys who weren't even born, probably even in the long after Jordan was finished playing,
the 2000s,
they're complaining about stuff that that's not that the color's not right on that. And I'm like, have we created monsters? Has the OG Support Group created monsters? Because there are a lot of young guys who are like, I'll post some. I've could have sort of almost not let it go, but I've gotten to a point in my sneaker life where I'm not as angry as I used to be. There was a long time where I was very angry about them not getting details correct. Now I'm sort of like, listen, it is what it is. They're slowly trying to correct things. And I've learned even from the experience that I've had in the brief behind the scenes kind of things I've gotten with the brand, that it's not as easy as just do it. Pardon the pun. Why can't you just make it the way we want it to make it? It's like there's molds that it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, things that have been changed. So I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, I see both sides. I'm just happy to get things where I can get them, and when if it looks close enough, I'm happy with it. But these younger guys are like more militant than I was.
They know how to mobilize.
How that happened. It was because of it. Was it our influence? I'm not saying my influence or Brian's influence in particular. I'm just saying in general, when we've been around these for the last many years, complaining about this stuff, I think it's sunk in at some level. And now younger guys are complaining that the stitching's not right. And I'm like, holy shit, man, you guys are really hardcore.
Yeah. Maybe OG is like the one tag that you can put on someone that seems like you can't deny the OG. You can't, like, everyone knows what it's all about. And so for them, it's like, if you're not OG, if you're not aspiring to or adhering to what they're teaching, then what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't want people to think that we're like again, we're not gatekeepers. We are just happen to be born at a specific time in history. And we're very lucky. But I think I don't know. I don't. Again, calling myself an OG feels weird. But then, on some level, I do feel sort of protective of the fact that I was very lucky to be born in 1973 in some ways. Not in my knees or hips ways now, but in that I got to witness certain things and experience and live through a certain era that people are aspiring to or wish they had been living through. But it shouldn't feel like you're. I wouldn't ever feel like I want to be put on a pedestal because of that, or that I'm some gatekeeper or something because of that. It just is what it is, and I'm proud of the fact that I was there and I got to have pictures and stuff and own sneakers that are old. But I don't know where I'm going with that. But
I think that I guess I would think OG the OG guys, whatever that means. We wanted to look like Jordan. We wanted to be like him. That's why we were buying the shoes.
Yeah.
Right. And now kids just want whatever is the most expensive or the most high profile.
Yeah.
That's what they want. I feel like, I guess that's my impression. So I'm involved. One of the things I do with my church is I'm involved with the boys who are 14 and 15, and every Wednesday night we do some kind of activity. And every week I wear a different pair of shoes, and they're always like, "Oh, look at those Fire Red 4s or whatever. Hey, do you have the Travis Scott ones? Hey, do you have all the hype stuff?" That's all they want to know.
Yeah.
They have the hype stuff. They don't care about anything else. So it's they just care about the hype stuff. In my view of what I've seen.
I agree. And in terms of the how much things are, the resale value of things, I think that's, you hit it on the head there too. I think a lot of kids are in particular, and I'm talking like 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, like Brian's saying, I think they're really into what a sneaker costs on the aftermarket.
Yeah.
And they're really taken with like, oh, but like that thing costs $1,000. Like that you want that sneaker. That's the one you want. And whereas in our day, Jordans were expensive. The retail for Jordans, like $100 sneaker in 1988. Yeah. That's a lot of freaking money, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that I guess if you look back at it, there was no reseller market. It didn't exist back then. No one was selling their old shoes. But I think you look back at it, that was it was a sort of a status symbol back then. And that's where I guess all your money or shoes, the Sports Illustrated,
sneakers of your life.
Sneakers of your life. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
When did I say money or shoes? Sneakers of your life. I'm 47. I think that was, so even back then, I think that was sort of where people were, you aspired to, it was sort of a status symbol even back then to wear a Jordan, even though it wasn't $1,000, but $100 back in the day was a lot of money. So I guess in that way, it's just kind of an exaggerated version nowadays
with inflation,
where a Travis Scott is $1,000 or whatever it is on StockX. So
sense.
It's kind of I guess in some ways the same kind of thing, just for different reasons. I think. Yeah,
Jordans were the most high-profile sneaker.
Yep.
Late 80s, early 90s. There was no other signature shoe. Like now, every shoe is a Paul George, a LeBron, a Kyrie, a KD, right? But there was just a bunch of other basketball shoes. But no,
it was the athlete back then.
Yeah, guys
now
were
it's a designer.
Now, back then it was the athlete. Now it's the designer. It's the artist.
The music artist.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just take it as you calling me young at heart, because although I am kind of old, I do like the hype stuff. Like
you do.
I like getting the
that's it. But that's it. But your roots are genuine.
Right.
Yes, your roots are genuine in the sneaker thing. I think.
We'll take that.
I haven't figured you out yet.
I think that's good. We're at a tight 110-ish.
Perfect
for this episode. I want to thank everyone for joining us and taking the time. Before we go, guys, do you have any shout outs you want to send out?
Shout out to our OG support group guys.
Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The other 5 of us.
Shout out to Quality, of course, Canada Got Soul guys, Foot Locker Canada. Do remember that we do have that contest. You can go on our Instagram, which is at the Sneaker Podcast, and get the details, the contest rules, and the list of prizes. Before we go, Sean, where can people find you?
At SCollar23 and at OG Support Group.
And Brian, where can people find you?
At OG Sneaker Nerd and at the OG Sport Group.
Right. You can find myself at Christopher.Chu and at Traffic Boys. Be sure to download and listen to the Sneaker Podcast anywhere podcasts are broadcast. Big thanks to everyone tuning in. Shout out to Mike and Chloe. They should be on future episodes. One love, all the sneakers. Peace out.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.